Welcome back, everyone, to another enlightening episode of the Mindful Living Podcast, where we explore how we can be more present, intentional, and balancing every aspect of life. Now, today's topic is something really, really interesting: the art of multitasking across dimensions, staying present in every reality. Sounds intriguing, right? It's something we can all relate to, especially in a world filled with endless notifications, responsibilities, and aspirations. How can we juggle multiple roles: entrepreneur, creative, parent, dreamer, without losing sight of the present moment? And to help us navigate this delicate balance, I have the pleasure of welcoming an incredibly inspiring guest, Sue Pats, the visionary founder of newbeginning.com. Now, listeners, let me share a bit about Sue with all of you. Her journey as a solopreneur is not just about building a business, it's more about mastering adaptability, mindfulness, and growth. And she has turned challenges into opportunities and created an ecosystem designed to help others do the same. So, listeners, let's dive together into Sue's world of insights, wisdom, and actionable strategies. So, with that, Sue, welcome to the show. And as always, it is an absolute honor having you here.
Hey, thank you. Thanks for the opportunity. Really appreciate because your channel, I see what all the services you provide. You're doing great job. Keep up the great work. Thank you.
Thank you once again, Sue, for encouraging words. So you have built an entire ecosystem for solopreneurs at newbeginning.com. When you were starting out, what did multitasking look like for you, and how has your approach evolved over the years?
Yeah, the multitasking. I think I'm blessed with multitasking. You Depending on the science, my sign is Gemini, or in Marathi, in Indian language, you can call Mithun. And we are actually specialized in multitasking. So we can easily multitask because we can keep some things actually into passive and some things into active. So we can easily multitask two things, but we are really with great planners. We can start one thing which is going into background. We can have one into passive and one into active. And many times other people, when they look the way we work, they really get concerned that how can you do all these things. And it's really natural for us. For example, see, when you are driving a car,
Mhm.
you are listening to radio. It is not something really odd to multitask. So even when you are, for example, attending any networking event, you can easily actually go through your email, or you can post comments on social media and all. It is because one needs your active attention, and one can go in passive, but
Yeah.
still you are paying attention exactly at the same thing. And my family especially comes to me and they say, how come you have so many windows open, and how come you have so many things going on, and you are not mindful, you are not present in particular moment. And then I say, I am present in particular moment in five parallel universes at the same time. And means basically I can be mindful at five parallel universes at the same time, and it comes very easy and it's very natural for me. Even basically, even while cooking, you see, right? You put something on the back burner, something is cooking there, then you start another dish, and then when another dish is happening, you start chopping. So multitasking, especially for a woman and for Jamie, it is very natural. It's very
Very
easy.
correct, correct. During my college days, somewhere I had read that homemakers, women, not just putting a gender, but especially talking about women, they are such great multitaskers, managing
Yeah,
that they have to plan the entire day right from the night before. They have to,
absolutely. Yeah.
and that requires a lot of mindfulness. And as you said, thinking in different parallel realities.
Yeah.
Lovely, lovely. That is really, really inspiring. Okay, now talking about juggling multiple dimensions, like business, personal growth, and creative ventures. How do you stay present? And I think this should be the main question. How do you avoid the feeling of being stretched too thin?
Oh, yeah, means this is the, I think, common problem solopreneurs, especially ladies, they face because, they wear so many hats. They carry the responsibility of their household, even their kids, even though, yeah, there might be house husband, but still everything is on ladies' shoulder. And whatever they do, they feel guilty. For example, if they're spending more time with their family or some doing household work, they feel guilty that they're not doing work in their business. And if they're spending too much time in business, then they are feeling guilty that they are not doing enough for the family. So it is very important to prioritize and compartmentalize. Now, for example, first of all, you wear so many hats and you have to do so many things. It is not possible to finish all your tasks in one day. So prioritize your task. Select only 3 to 5 tasks for that particular day, and from that also you prioritize what is the most important you have to do. And then, depending on the needs and requirements, you set up the priorities. For example, I give importance to my health because I learned it really hard way that when I was bedridden, my family was lost. So now I give importance to my health. So uh, afternoon today, every afternoon, 2 hours I block for my health, and that is actually just given. I don't set up any appointment, so my calendar is blocked. People never see any availability during that time. No, morning, I work from home, so I'm just telling you my calendar. So morning, yeah, generally, morning my half an hour, 1 hour again it is blocked for yoga because my husband wants to do yoga early in the morning. So I set up that time. Then even lunch time also, I just make sure that if I have any appointment, because all appointments are not controlled by me. Some appointments are actually by other host. So I may not be available during lunchtime, but I just make sure that okay, the food is ready, and means basically there are no crisis. You said like working, especially means homemakers and all, they are so multitasking and they are organizing so much. Yeah, means everything is so. Even if you may not be available on particular day for lunch with them, but at least the food is ready. And food is also ready means it is not like that, okay, you have to cook something at 11 o'clock, but sometimes you have to start preparation from the previous night. So because you have to soak something or other. So everything is planning pre-planned, and everything is and once you prioritize, it's perfectly done. Now, if you have a school going kids and you have to pick them up like at 3 o'clock, then of course make sure nothing is scheduled during that time, because that is the priority. You have to go and pick up your kids around that time. And some schools actually, if you are late by 1 minute, every minute they charge $1 extra charge or something like that. Mean, why do you want to pay that unnecessarily? Because you didn't plan it properly or you didn't prioritize properly. So just in every category, just prioritize, just see what is the most important priority at that particular time, and then you can set up your schedule accordingly.
Hmm. Lovely, lovely. And also, do you rely on completely on structured time blocks, or is there a certain intuitive flow you follow to manage both creativity and also routine, like daily tasks?
See, creativity comes with discipline. Means basically, if I believe structure, because basically other, if you are in your business, you have to be disciplined and you have to have some structure. And many times I tell people that why don't you, for example, even I'm telling my kids, why don't you join my business? And they say, oh no, somebody has to give us structure. We cannot create our own structure. And I think that is wrong because you have to discipline yourself, you have to motivate yourself, and the creativity comes from your motivation. But then you are motivating yourself when you see that you are productive and you are creating and you are using your time wisely. So if there is a flow and there is no structure, I really feel you cannot achieve anything. For example, some weekends I don't have really hard and fast calendar or structure, and let it go just like that, because weekend, if I work, that is a bonus. So weekend, I can so generally weekend I'm available for my family, and if I work, that is a bonus. So weekends may really go totally free flow, and I don't have really hard and fast structure. But weekdays, I make sure that I'm disciplined and I'm following a structure. So I think I'm using best of both worlds during my week. So my weekends are really free flow, structure, no structure, and weekdays are really kind of structured. And but still, I have blocks where I can devote time for self care and my family and all other needs.
Hmm. That makes sense. Makes sense. And it looks like there's so much to do, but yet, it's all about discipline, focus, and of course, resilience as well. Also, so AI is a major part of your platform. Some people worry that too much reliance on tech can create mental clutter. So, what's your advice for leveraging AI strategically while keeping our minds clear?
You know, AI is a tool. AI is not going to replace your brain, your strategy, your emotion. And AI will give you output based on how you design your prompt. And your prompt actually comes from your strategy and your brain. And it depends on the tool how you use. You cannot depend on any particular tool to do everything for you, because you have to nowadays actually I see actually there are like a uh, cook machines. Ready-made food is you just put the stuff and then the ready-made food is out. But for that also means you have to do the proper input. You have to set the basically parameters and program, and then only it will give the proper output. So no tool is going to replace you. So AI, you have to use very strategically, and AI cannot do each and everything for you. It's not going to do everything for you. For example, AI you can use, if you have a writer's block, you can use AI to create some jog some ideas, and you can use AI to create outline. And but you have to fill in the details in the outline. AI cannot do, because AI's output is more like a really mechanical, and they are just scraping the internet and giving you output. So there are no emotions, no stories, no fun over there. And but later on, if you want to basically improve your writing, you can, I can pass through AI and it just say, yes, okay, fix my grammar, improve my writing. That's perfectly fine. But still, your brain, your strategy is the main thing over here, and you are just taking AI's help. So I was just telling actually somebody yesterday, as any job you have, you can use AI as a tool. Means many people say, "Oh, I'm a copywriter. Whether AI is going to take away my job?" No, as a copywriter, if you use AI's tool, you are going to become a better copywriter, because you will produce more in the shorter duration of time. But still, your specialties are going to be there, and AI is not going to replace you at all. So it all depends how you use this particular tool.
Hmm. One explanation. So that really, really uh, answers the question in a very detailed way. Also, you uh, let's talk about your approach to community building through the New Beginning Success Collaboration membership. So, how do you manage the energy of nurturing a community as well while staying grounded and present yourself?
Anything, whatever. Means I have this membership, and I just started this membership because I have cultivated and gathered and created so many resources. So I thought, okay, I'll just provide all my resources, and so the any solopreneur entrepreneur, they will get a head start, and they will have a faster success. So the main idea is to provide the faster success to entrepreneurs, because many solopreneurs quit their business before they launch their first product. Many entrepreneurs don't see second year in their business, and those who see second year, many of them don't see fifth year. So I wanted to reverse that trend. So the focus and approach is here only to help them and to serve them and share my knowledge and expertise. But they also know, and I also know that I'm not perfect, and means I know everything. So as far as you are genuine and authentic, and you are transparent, people do accept you with the open arms. And remember, my community, especially this membership, it is a holistic. So it is not just business strategy and all. There is a spirituality, collaboration, and there are so many other. They are also part of main pillars in the community. So if you are heavily into spirituality, you will clearly know that other person is created by the same creator that you have been created. So means, so it's not like that one person is better than other. So just because I am the head of the community, because I am the founder, doesn't mean I'm better than anyone else. So means basically, once you know that, it is very easy to be grounded. It is very easy to be grounded. And remember, you always learn from even other people. I learn from my kids also. So why shouldn't I learn even from my members? So if I'm learning even from them, and if we are sharing, we are collaborating, and we are helping each other out. We are doing skill swaps, and we are doing podcast swaps, affiliate swaps, blog swaps. So that clearly shows, means there is no one is higher, no one is lower. Everyone is equal. Everyone has their own specialties, and just one person cannot be perfect, but as a team, together everyone achieves way more than what just one person achieves. Just with everybody's help, you can go far than just as a one human being. So it is very easy to be grounded, man. Especially if you do any mistake, it's very easy to say, okay, I'm sorry, and as far as you don't do the same mistake again, you are fine. And I have the same rule for my team. I'm no longer a solopreneur now, but hey, my team also, yeah, if they do mistakes, that's perfectly fine. Means as far as they're ethical and it is honest mistake, it is totally allowed. But I just recommend, don't keep on doing the same mistake again and again. That is stupidity. But you learn from your mistakes and move on.
Correct, correct. Very rightly said. And I also believe that these dynamics of collaborating with each other and learning from each other can be superimposed into the generational context also. Each generation, whether it's Gen Z or boomers or millennials, they all can look back together in terms of, legacy, discipline, or getting updated with the new technology, moving forward, open mindedness, so many skills.
Yeah, absolutely. You're totally right. Yes.
Great. So before we wrap up, Sue, uh, what advice would you give to solopreneurs or anyone trying to balance multitasking, mindfulness, and their long-term vision for success, especially in the context of, solopreneurs, especially when they face failure, tending to letting go is very, very difficult for them. So what would be your advice?
Yeah, means, as far as you're living, there will be ups and downs. And if you have a straight line, that is very scary. That means, if you are in a hospital, on a hospital bed, and if your heart shows straight line, that means you are declared dead. So
Yeah.
life also goes exactly like that. It goes
Yeah.
up and down. So you are going to have valleys, but valleys are really good because you learn from valleys. And you learn and you apply that message, and then you move on, right? And you when you drive a car, you just look into the rear view mirror just to adjust something. It's not like that you're driving your car all the time looking into rear view mirror. It is not possible. So same is applicable for your life too. Yeah, everything you just learn and move on, and don't beat yourself up, because what happens as a human being, you know every mistake you have done in your life, and then you are very hard on yourself. And I think you be your own best friend. Whether others are going to be friends with you or not, it doesn't matter, but at least you don't beat yourself up. You be your best friend, and you continue giving positive vibes to yourself all the time, so that means the output will be positive. I remember I was bedridden for 1 year, and I really shut my kind of contact with my friends and family, because, or even if I stayed in touch with them, but I didn't tell any of my challenges. I didn't share in that I was really bedridden, cannot walk and all with them, because many times what happens, they will maybe out of concern, but then they will put some fear into me. Oh, what happened? Oh, you won't be able to walk again and all. But I just didn't want to give that signal to my mind at all. So I just pour all the positive things into my, and that time I really got heavily into spirituality. Every morning I got up and I watched the movie The Secret. And that time my husband used to go to work, so I was home alone. My kids were in the college. I was alone at home, almost like 10 hours alone, and I couldn't move, I couldn't walk, I couldn't drive car and all. But I drenched myself with all the spirituality and positivity talk, and at the end of the year, I recovered. No, I can surely walk, no problem at all. Hey, I can go long distance, I can run also. So it all happened because I just kept on giving positive vibes to myself, and the things happened. I refused to go through spinal surgery because I didn't want any human being to touch my spine as far as possible. So just be your friend, just give positive vibes to yourself, and then things will happen. Just don't be so hard on yourself. So even if you have done something wrong in the past, no, yeah, learn, listen, and move on. And as I said before, mistakes are fine, but don't do the same mistakes again. And you can surely achieve the great success. It's perfectly possible. You can do it.
Wow. Wow. What a perfect conclusion to this conversation. And so, thank you. Thank you so much for sharing your wisdom with us today. Your insights into balancing multiple realities while staying present have given our listeners very much valuable takeaways. So, thank you so, so much.
Thank you. Thanks for the opportunity. And I looked at your website and even the site, and so many channels. You guys are doing really great work. Keep up the great work. And really, it's a blessing to be part of your community. Thank you.
Lovely, lovely. So, listeners, I would love to hear how you plan to implement some of today's ideas in your life given by Sue. And for anyone looking to learn more about her work or join the New Beginning community, be sure to visit newbeginning.com, and you can refer all the details in the show notes along with this episode. And remember, multitasking doesn't have to mean losing touch with the present. It can be a tool for growth when done mindfully. Until next time, stay present, stay intentional, and keep living mindfully. This is your host signing off. Thank you.